Hi. Welcome to the integration program. It's real. It's purple. Those are two pretty true facts about it. Anyway, hello. We are entering in the new era of the arena. It's very exciting. I'm very excited about it. Also, I've learned a fun fact, and I'm going to try and explain this really quick, just because it's interesting. I do a lot to get these good photographs at the start of the Armored Core streams, and I sometimes feel like I'm not getting a good result, and then I lose track of time, and then the stream is like an hour late. But instead of actually finishing out this fight, I want to take a step back because I learned an interesting technicality of the mechanics here. If I charge up this, pause while still charging it, unpause, it throws it out anyway. So you cannot hold or maintain a charge like that through pausing. Not to assume that this would be relevant in any situation against another person, because you can't pause the game in a live match with an opponent. You can bring up some kind of like live action menu, which I guess counts, but that doesn't stop the game at all.
AP at 30%.
Also, I've lost. Not a good start for today, I would say.
Activating combat mode.
We got a ways to go. There we go. That's how we begin. Anyway, welcome to the Arena Royale, wherein we fight every member of the arena as every member of the arena. Last time, we completed being every single AC in the first half of the arena. Not literally like split down the middle, but like the first tab, the first menu. There are only 13 ACs remaining to be, 14 if you include Loader 4, which I think I will eventually. That'll be our victory lap. Today, we are going to be starting off with Mind Alpha, going through and then figure out where we go from there. I'm a little conflicted. We could do like integration program in the phases as designed, or we could just do them in vaguely appropriate order. Like I might go alpha, beta, gamma in that order instead of doing the whole thing. Like alpha, trainer, tester, then beta. I've got the variety, I've got the choice, I've got the authority to make that decision. Reading the checklist already established, it appears that we have already fought as Mind Alpha against Reconfig, Mind Alpha as a result of what we just did, and the Trainer AC. So those are already taken care of. Now how do you play as Mind Alpha? The answer, I think, is just slap them in various ways. I mean, that seemed to work, but there's probably more nuance to it than that.
Target destroyed. Concluding evaluation.
Wow, you tilt really far if you, like, lower yourself. Like, you just fall forward, you do a little lean. I think Mind Alpha, functionally, and maybe this makes complete sense, is very similar to Sula. In that it's pretty strong, but every action it performs is fairly committal. If you use the whip, you are standing still and you are using the whip. If the enemy is out of range, you are doomed. The bazooka is obviously a bazooka. You gotta stand there and shoot it. Then we have more the support weaponry, such as the laser orbital and the javelin missiles, which are notoriously good against people who are bad at not getting hit by it, which includes myself. In case you were wondering where I stand on the matter. Given our weapon loadout, I think for the most part I want to be soft-locked on the opponent, except for the javelin, but then also the melee could probably use some better aim than what I can provide. And then this happens where you don't have a solution. Large reload times and all that.
Target destroyed.
No worries. But still, this is a level of maneuverability lower than I like, than I'm comfortable with. Not necessarily because we are slow,
Activating combat mode.
but because we have to keep stopping. And stuff like that happens. One could argue that we want to actually stay back a bit. Let them fall to the stagger of what we provide. Oh, that's good. There's something here. Actually, wait, I am curious for a second. How close are these UACs? Where is Sula? Oh, yeah, javelin. Javelin, double javelin. No whip, you got the microwave and the plasma missiles. I mean, just the two javelins is a pretty telling comparison, especially the legs as well. There's something there. And I think what's there suggests that Mind Alpha was perhaps a little bit biased with what data they could receive.
Arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
It is working. If you get the shots to hit, they hit hard. I suspect we'll have great difficulty with highly evasive enemies if we can't get those shots to connect. But in that case, we're going to have to lean
Arena
into
combat.
traps
Main
or
system activating combat
baiting them
mode.
into dodging and then capitalizing on their moment of exposure like that. Be really careful not to use the second whip unless you know it will connect good. Energy supply is not that good in terms of what I would like to be doing with my actions. I think that laser orbital might be some good support that can work for us.
Arena com.
Main system activating combat mode.
Ah, you dodged it. Good work. Cruising along. Okay. So we're starting to get the pattern. Wrong button. Just sort of stand back. Wait for your opponent to make a mistake.
Arena combat aptitude.
Main system activating combat mode.
Now the lasers get at it. Now for the whip. Good stuff. As far as the stats of Mind Alpha in terms of like hull integrity and strength and stuff, I don't know. I assume it's a little bit on the mediumer
Arena combat.
weight side of things. It's definitely
Main
no
system activating combat mode.
knock dryer or anything. But it's not on the like major heavy end like RAD Carla or the HAL series. I don't have a decent metric of the weight classes involved. Whip. Whip. Bazooka. Good stuff. The Javelins do support that sort of heavy stagger-oriented playstyle. Because the Javelins can explode, the Javelin missiles can explode all across its path it took, providing major stagger damage, provided it hits the enemy at any point along that line. And then the Javelin bazookas are special in that they provide multiple detonating explosions at once, which allows the stagger or damage to really pile up. Now, the Speedster, I think we're going to be using a lot of the Javelin missiles to get their destruction installed. Oh. Ah. Ow. Whip. Got one. Accidentally did two. There we go. Ensnared them in my ensnaring snare. For ensnaring people. Wait. Sanity check. We have already fought reconfig. I remembered in time. So we go straight ahead to Headbringer. And there are no other problems until we finish Freud. I accepted to prove the fight anyway because I'm a fool. No, get me out of here. This is not. We already did this fight. We're leaving. Get me out. Where are we? Where are we? Where? Yes, we're back. We're good. Everything's fine.
Main system.
Iguazu is not counted in everything. He currently is, but he's about to not be. Okay, so I do have the durability to just sort of collap an opponent at close range, which is good. There you gone. Iguazu is no longer everything and therefore is not fine. Hey Capra, how you doing?
Aptitude.
Main system activating combat mode.
Check it out, I'm playing a slightly less cubular game. Rare for me these day and age. Which is to say, over the past week. Alright, I forgot you have the whip as well. Counter whip! Bazooka! Oh, look at that damage! Oh! Oh! How dare! Whoa! Joe be giving me a run!
At 30%.
For a gun. Alright, Volta. Very large, very easy to hit, I hope.
Arena combat.
Main system
Arena
activating
combat.
mode.
Okay, focus a lot on the javelins and the other javelins, and maybe even use the laser boys. Dodge the missiles, but just keep at range, keep your energy up high so you can dodge the bazookas whenever he decides to use them. Like there. Like there. And there. Alright. They're close to the tipping point. There it is. Whip 1. Whip 2. Javelin. Adieu. That's the system. Missed. Which is say you missed your chance to hit me, not that you missed your shot. You didn't take a shot. Goodbye, Volta. Vader.
Arena combat app.
Main system activating combat mode.
I dodged it. Good work, Vader. I always knew you were very elusive. Oh, that was an unexpected aerial shot. Go, my drone. Thank you. Drone's really funny. I think it does reasonable stagger damage for what it is. Sula. You have failed me for the last time. I don't actually know what his assignment was. He just was at the... Actually, no, I think I understand. They were trying to make contact with the mutation wave thing. But then we showed up and Sula was like, dang it, I gotta be edgy on main. you think All Mind and Chatty would have gotten along?
Arena combat active.
Main system activating combat mode.
Hard to tell. I feel like Chatty would be very dismissive if All Mind walked up to him and said, like, hey, you want to do a plot to do weird human thing? And Chatty would be like, I'm busy, gotta deal with the chief. Also, you're weird. Bye. And that would be the end of it. In fact, that probably happened. I'm convinced. Well, okay, actually, no, I don't think All Mind would have, because
Main system activating
I
combat
imagine
mode.
All Mind knows about the Overseers and Carla's involvement in Overseer activities, and that Chatty technically is a subordinate of somebody who is a member of Overseer, so they probably, All Mind would probably be like, nope, 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 that's an enemy. We just gotta, like, collate the opinions of every single AI character in this game. There are 3, I think. At least clearly defined ones. There's All Mind. There's Chatty. There's the
Arena combat altitude
PCA
evaluation program.
system
Main system activating combat
with all of
mode.
its verdicts and stuff. In terms of, like, the AI of a particular faction, those are the 3. Yeah. All in all, though, I don't think they have much in common. Maybe All Mind and the closure system are related. I don't actually know who built All Mind originally. Because, like, from the perspective of the PCA or so, I assume they would assume that All Mind had gone rogue, but, like...
Main system activating combat mode.
I don't know. I don't know if the PCA supports mercenaries in general. Because All Mind is very much a mercenary thing. How dare you be physically able to dodge anything, Carla? I'm outraged. Get whipped. Get whipped. Bazook! I missed. Yeah, this is what happens when you miss. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Carla. It's a very funny joke. I'll get to it later. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, turns out
Main
being
system
this slow and
activating combat
stationary
mode.
makes me very vulnerable to missile spam. Insightful, I would say. Wait for the volley to go through, then start hitting the shots. Darn it. That'll work. That stopped working. Oh! That's a good one. Okay, get the EN back. Fly. You need to cool off. I don't know why you assault armor after you kick me. Kicking me puts me out of range. Also, I won. Maybe Carla is like preempting some crazy counterattack prediction. Like you kick Carla and then the opponent's like, how dare you kick me? I kick you. But that's when Carla puts in the AA and they get obliterated. That's an interesting psychological theory.
Main system activating combat mode.
Like a prediction to be made. Neat. Alright, let's shoot that blindly, see if we hit anything. No. Now, I often forget that for these arena fights, you can actually see the health bar of your opponent at the top. I just treat it like an AC, and you're fighting it, the health bar is right there. I don't know why they added the health bar for the boss, but that's probably just to make him cooler in this fight. Oh! Cold call, you can't kill me. I'm a robot in the lore of this game. Like mind out, like I'm being all mind right now. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Because the entire thing with All Mine is that they're trying to expand human sensory ability, like literally evolve humans beyond humans. So it'd be weird for All Mine to make an unpilotable AC.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
So I have to imagine All Mine would go out of their way to make sure that every AC they build and designed is designed for and tested with actual pilots. So there might just be some generic individual in the Mind Alpha, Beta, and Gamma ACs, well, aside from, you know, we know how Gamma worked out. But maybe there's like some unknown, unnamed pilot in Mind Alpha. Like maybe, okay. We know the deal with Mind Beta, and we know the deal with Mind Gamma, but we don't know the deal with Mind Alpha. There could be a deal here. Uh-oh.
50%. AP at 30%.
Oh, you. That was close. Additional theory time. Do you think maybe All Mine could also have taken from the inventory of augmented humans? Well, I assume they did because Sula exists, but maybe even more so, just getting them in bulk
Arena
Main system
for some questionably humane testing. But unquestionably human testing. All that effort to get the stagger, and I missed for it. How did that miss? Oh my, you gotta get your targeting sensors calibrated. These are unacceptable.
AP at 30%.
Much better. Another equally bulky opponent, Nile.
Main system activating.
So do you get the sense that Nile, or Deep Down specifically, I guess, is a bit faster, more maneuverable than Milktooth? Because I get that impression. But I do feel like, to some extent, Niall doesn't use it that much because he doesn't care. Ow. It's like, why would I dodge you? I'm right where I want to be. You're right where I want you to be. Okay, you get him in a corner. Does not go well. The javelin can detonate immediately. The other javelin can do stagger. You do the whip. The other two are reloading. That's a lethal combo. Snail.
Main system activating combat mode.
Do you think All Mine could have maybe, if All Mine wasn't so secretive and stealthy, would have... Hello, Snail, welcome. Oh, he snailed me. Unacceptable. Get punished for your crimes. Who's who? Oh, that was cool dodge. Goodbye. Alright, back to my question. I don't remember my question. Oh, yeah.
Destroyed.
If All Mind went like completely public with the like whole Coral release plan and all that, do you think the RLF would have actually been okay with that? Do you think All Mind could have gotten the RLF support? Because I think there's a solid chance. It might cause like some major schism in the group. Because I think maybe like the general populace would have supported the vision, the wording of it to like Coral it up. I think Flatwell would have been maybe cautious and suspicious, and I think Dolmine would have declared absolute war. So I think there would have been maybe a schism between All Mind as the RLF leader and Dolmine as the RLF leader. There might be some disagreements on exactly what path to take. I think it would fall down to which side Flatwell would agree to. Like, if Flatwell saw this as being like a proper backer to the RLF cause, which I think All Mind did have the resources to possibly support with, I think the schism could have gone in All Mind's favor. The only problem is that only works in isolation. Meanwhile, the corporations are doing nonsense. Overseer would get wind of it and just start going to bat. The Closure administration would never let any of this slide. But if it was just the RLF and All Mind, I think All Mind would be able to sway the public opinion. Who did I just fight? Chartreuse, yes. Here's that Dolmine fight we were just talking about.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation.
Hello, Dolmine.
Main system.
Here to stop the Coral release? Too freaking bad. This is the real symbiosis. The RLF populace has abandoned you. They believe in my vision now. They are going to abide. Cool, I've invented a cool new idea for a story. Check that off the list of things I have to do today. Time for King.
Arena combat
What do you think Branch's opinion on All Mind are?
System activating combat mode.
I mean, in the simplest case, All Mind's the mercenary support system and Branch are mercenaries, so they're probably on good terms. But I mean on like the release plan and stuff. I don't think Branch really cares as long as they get to choose, and maybe they care that if the release plan happens, nobody ever gets to choose ever again. So that might be a deal breaker for them. In fact, if we think about motivations for the leak, maybe it was to stop All Mine from just doing secret stuff all alone. That'd be cool, I think. If the reason Branch did what they did and basically made Rubicon be an absolute pile of destruction and pain and mess was because of a diabolical ploy to sow chaos and new opportunities into the isolated Rubiconian lands in order to make All Mine's job harder. Boy, howdy, is it working. I am in a bad habit of using the Javelin missiles before they actually finish locking onto a target. That I need to fix. I'm used to simpler missiles that just lock on nigh instantly. I don't think Michigan's going to be telling anyone anything right now. He's a little tied up.
Final arena combat.
Hey, Freud.
Main system activating combat mode.
Plot twist, bazooka! Oh, you missed it. I whipped, and I did. Ooh, good hit. You fool, I have a whip that counters your shield, kind of, sorta.
AP at 50%.
How did that miss? Oh! One! Done. Also, Grim, is your main objective here purely to say the dying quotes of particular opponents as I reach them? Is that your MO today? Also, hi. Should have started with that. Okay, let's go to the checklist, because that brings us up to all of the regular. We've already done Mind Alpha and Trainer. So let's go to Tester. And keep going there. Oh, it most certainly is. I'm not questioning that. I'm just asking. Also, welcome back, Capra. We've got a little bit of a problem this time around because we already fought Tester, or well, Trainer. And I'm fighting Tester now, so if we hit the schedule block and I haven't finished Mind Alpha, we are in deep trouble. Oh! Ow. Consolation prize. I get to hit you with a whip. Oh, that was a fantastic dodge. I don't know what it was about that particular dodge, but it impressed me. Good job, Dopham student pilot. I approve of this message. I also approve of your detonation. You now have permission to explode. Okay, Mind Beta. This reminds me of Hit Campaign of E102 Gamma in Hit video game Sonic Adventure,
Integration program.
wherein you have to fight a technically more advanced version of yourself in order to proceed. It actually happens pretty early on in the campaign. It's not even like a spoiler or anything. That was a terrible choice on my part. Not even ignoring the fact that I stood still and did something. I should have used the bazooka, not the whip for that. Again! The same mistake. Activate the laser drone. We need his power. Three for 3 on bad choices. Congratulations, self. Your prize is a bacon sandwich. Do that. Do that. Fail miserably. Realize I'm about to just get shot by a random laser. Okay, we must dodge this. We cannot afford to not dodge that. It's actually going very bad for us. Caution. Caution. I'm not giving up, but we gotta be real cautious. That's a good hit. Good. No! Yes! We lived a very risky circumstance. Oh, we had to pull that one back real far. That was almost a reverse sweep, in my opinion. Well, Tester and Trainer are already kaput, so we got no reason to just go down the list. Time for Corporation. It does.
Integration program. Beta.
Main system activating combat mode.
Alright, Corporation, you're gonna do that thing where you're highly elusive? Yes, you are. Ah, shield already. Foolish mistake. Done by a foolish you. And you're foolish. One, two. Away with you. I'm not actually a major user of the cursive, so it's gonna be interesting when I go to Mine Beta in approximately 15 minutes, and we see how that goes for me.
Main system activating combat mode.
Beep beep. Ah, you've been hit by the line wire. Why did that miss? I can never really get the whip to feel comfortable when I use it, and yet it hits me all the time when other people use it. This is why I stick to the explosive thrower. And also because its charge attack is not useless. Gotta love a useful charge attack.
Integration.
Alright, Gamma, bring it on.
Activating combat mode.
Ha-ha! I've countered you in your own game, future me. Oh. Gotcha. Pull off the drone for a little bit. Not in a rush. Not exactly what happened in the smoke of everything there, but I did a lot of stagger damage there. Also, nice bubble. Watch me pop it. Yeah, I do see it a lot on Tetra builds. I do maintain my Tetra build as using the explosive thrower instead, but I have seen the whip on a lot of Skylams, also known as scams. I would like to do a sanity check on the checklist. Is there anything left that we have already done as Mind Alpha? No. We are clear shot to the end. Okay.
Integration program.
Main system activating combat mode.
It's the Institute. Institute's a wily one. Now, those spaghetti missiles are weird. Punch through! Not neglect our laser friend. Alright, bye-bye. Leave it to the drone. Thank you, drone! Alright, I think we're gonna make it. We're gonna be on schedule. We're gonna have to basically go into Mind Beta starting with Tester and Trainer, but we are
activating combat mode.
Suitable for the schedule. Kick. Oh. Careful.
AP at 50%.
Done. What do you think the R stands for in these? Well, the R and the W. Well, I have a guess for the W, but what about the R? Oh wait, is it Rusty? Is that just... Is it as simple as that? Because if the W is as simple as what it is R just as simple as what it is? I completely forgot there was a letter R involved. Never thought the heck out of that. To the drone. Bye.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
That was a cool dodge on my part. I knew exactly where the beam would stop. I didn't actually. I just simply stopped there and hoped it would be fine. Oh, that was simple. Time for something complicated.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Out of reach.
AP at 30%.
Finish this off. Nice. The 1-2 punch of indirect attack weaponry. It feels like just delegating winning to somebody else. Well, that is the conclusion of Mind Alpha. Now we can go straight on to Mind Beta, who has not fought anyone yet. That is what I've chosen to do. Updating the spreadsheet for a second. We've got about 4 minutes, so we can start at the start of the line if we choose to. Okay, Mind Beta. We are now equipped with the Cursive, a shield, and a knife. Not opposed to that knife, though. Happy about the knife. Big fan of the knife. I like when you get to do the thing where you stab your opponent and not also have to worry about like the cooldown on the knife because it's basically cooled down instantly. Alright, how do we do this? Stab a lot of plasma, maybe? Knife them. Kick them. Knife them. Maybe I should charge up the cursive, do a little of that action. Didn't work. There we go. A little blast him up. I think Mind Beta, in terms of me using it, is going to suffer the same problem that Mind Alpha did. And that is that it's very committal. You either hit with the weapons or you don't. And in my case, it's a good chance I don't.
Arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
Especially considering the shield, this shield in particular, gives the impression that we really just want to do like a big old blast. At the very least, I have a core expansion now, so that's cool. Oh wait, I think I understand. The cursive is just barely not enough to instant stagger an opponent like Index. Which is why you use the laser drone to get that little tiny itty bit of impact damage in there first. And then you hit him with the cursive. Alternatively, you can do something a bit more reliable in that department and go for the knife first, because if you hit him with the knife and then hit the cursive, you'll probably have enough time for the knife to cool down, and then you can go for the stab combo. Say you hit the melee button 3 times in a row. It's also why you can like hit him with some plasmas to soften him up a bit, accidentally overheat the entire cursive, wait for it to... Oh, you're right, you can also stagger first, ask questions later. Kaboom. Alright, I'll investigate that as well. It means I'm gonna have to How am I going to stagger with the knight? And nothing else. Well, okay, maybe I do some plasma, soften it up. When I feel like I'm ready to go in for the kill, I swap to charging the cursive, using the laser drone to keep the stagger there, hit him with a charged knife, and then once that connects, delete cursive. That's probably how that would work on this AC. So, get a couple of those, not too much that it goes overboard. Now bring out the drone. Do a little of that action, start charging it. I did not have enough time to charge it, that's unfortunate. Start charging it now. I'm ready. Come on, just a little more. I didn't even get to delete them. I suppose that strategy would work on an AC with a bit of a different loadout. Because it seems like the way Mind Beta is constructed, it's looking to get that stagger with the cursive. As opposed to with everything else. So the problem is maybe I plasma more. We hold back. Get it a little further along. Okay, let's charge up, bring in the drone. And therein lies the consequences of missing. The anti-spam thing appears to have targeted you, so I shall read out the message that you have put in, Cap and Grin. That's also a strategy. Heavy strikes with the dagger, fully charged cursive to stagger, then 3 hit with the dagger. The dagger has the quickest cooling, second maybe to the electric beat stick, of all the melee weapons. You can literally attack with the dagger, blink once or twice, and then attack with it again. Can I cancel the timeout? Is that an administrative power? Yeah, untimeout you. Congratulations, you have been untimeouted. I don't know how to reinstate your message. Condolences. Anyway, we've hit the scheduled time moment, so I'm going to use this to go fight Tester and Trainer. Just remember that we have just beaten Materling. Provided I do this quickly, I might want to walk out of the fights for a second to do something. Ad breaks are for breaks after all, and I don't really respect that fact. There you dodge my deadly attack. Oh, not the combo, but it certainly looks cool. Plasma. Plasmid. He got plasmid. I think maybe the thing that makes me uncomfortable with the Mind Beta playstyle is that it requires setup. You need to set up the conditions for your combo instead of just having everything be a combo like it is with Tidewater. Because you got to be in phase 1 where you make a little bit of stagger through any means necessary. Then you got to go into phase 2 where you maintain that stagger while charging the cursive up. Oh, I think that kind of works. No, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm gonna stick with the using the cursive to stagger and then hit with knife strategy personally. I think it just suits my approach to combat better. Plus plasma is still pretty good pain. Okay, let's test turn trainer. I got like 30 seconds left in the thing. I am going to do a non-stream activity. Please stand by. Hey, welcome back. I have a confession to make. I know I said I was doing a non-stream activity, but in truth, I was just sort of panic editing Excels because I forgot to change the image. And I was like, oh hey, the loading bar still hasn't loaded fully. This is great, I can go do it, and nobody will have to know. But I'm not really one designed to keep secrets. That's not really what I do as a
Arena Combat
secret
Aptitude
bolt
Evaluation
haver.
Program, number 24, rank E.
Main system activating combat mode.
Well, back to the main line of fights, and what do we have here but none other than C. Wasn't the full charge. I still accept it. Come on, get staggered. Freezing. Freezing! Thank you. Deleted. What's the minimum damage you can do to someone to stagger them? I assume it would have something to do with overloading a shield. In fact, hold on, that's actually something I want to investigate. You could totally just... Because when you shoot a shield and it overheats, and that's a valid method of staggering someone, I think.
Activating combat mode.
Okay, no, if it's just the shield, it doesn't. But if it's overheat... Or maybe I'm understanding this wrong? I really want the dagger. Deleted. Yeah, I think maybe it's not worth it. I'll go for knife combo more so than Arasawa punish.
Arena combat aptitude of...
Main
System.
system activating combat mode.
Yeah, I've got a shield too. My shield's cooler than yours though. Okay, let's go for big hit. Big hit. Ah, you blocked it. How dare you. Hit him, laser drone. Yeah, this feels like I need to optimally set up the circumstances in order to make the super cool thing happen. Which I'm not necessarily good at. Oh well.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh, this one just hurts. I'm in pain. I'm injured. And suddenly we turned it all around. I don't even know why I went for the charge melee instead of the regular melee. The regular melee would have been more appropriate for that situation. It's okay, though. Such is the nature of it.
Main system activating combat mode.
Hit him with the small charge.
AP at 50%.
No!
30%.
Don't you dare! Oh, he dared. Got an idea. No, I forgot he has a shield of some kind. Wait, I have a shield of some kind. I'm safe. I forgot I had a shield of some kind. I'm so used to being without one. Oh, man.
Arena...
Main system
Hello,
activating
Guazu.
combat mode.
getting away that easy. Oh, we got away that easy.
AP at 50%.
Wow, I'm bad at this.
AP at 30%.
Yeah, that works. I definitely don't think I'm good at being mine beta, but I am making it work.
Main system activating combat mode.
Ow. Oh, wait. Oh, that was a fantastic sequence to miss completely.
AP at 30%.
Oh, I got some damage in. Plasma finish. Just a plasma finish. Volta. Volta! Volta.
Arena combat aptitude.
Main system activating combat mode.
Hello. How do I deal with you? If there's anyone, someone. Knife! There we go. Target like Volta, hard to miss. Got him.
Arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
I knew you would dodge that. Oh wait, we've got a microwave emitter. Careful of that. BP. Darn. on, melee me. You don't want to melee me?
50%.
You did it, you meleeed me. Congratulations.
AP at 30%.
Gotcha! Shields up. We are good. Leave it to the drone. Thank you, drone. Not for Sula. Again.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh, that hurt. I was about to hit you with the super boom. Come on. No, stop succeeding at hitting me through that. Yeah! That's the cool stuff. Chatty.
Main system activating combat mode.
Hard to keep steady. Okay, I've got a plan.
At 30%.
Bad. I lost. I mean, Chatty has a similar solution to problems as Carla does. Just
Main system
pure saturation.
combat mode.
There were several times there where I was just staggered out of what I wanted to do. Ah. That's what I want to do! Flatwell.
Arena combat aptitude of
Main system activating combat mode.
I should have expected this. Flatwell is hyper evasive, being so fast. And now he's gone. It only recently occurred to me that the reason that the Hermeza, the frame Flatwell uses, looks weird is because it's designed to be as thin as possible when facing straight on. which means that, like, it's optimized for facing the opponent. They shoot at you, you don't get hit, or it, like, deflects because it's such a high angle of contact. Like battleship armor, straight on or something. Which means it is very good at, like, direct one-on-one engagements, but possibly detrimental to itself at, well, any fight against multiple people, or where the weaponry involved is going to attack into it at an angle. And if you think of the entire hand of the Liberation Front as operating like in a 5x5 situation, and middle Flatwell is literally placed in the middle of the arrangement, I think that's completely fine, because you got the bulkier Bashos on the ends, Index and Ring holding up the middle with their more fanciful weaponry, and then Thumb Gomayan just goes for some wild attack vector, which suits it well. There goes O'Keefe. Carla. Gonna be a problem because of all the missiles, but maybe less of a problem because not that fast.
Main system activating combat mode.
Speed favors me in this engagement. A rare occurrence. Up, let it get eaten by the shield. Can't dodge them all. Unfortunately, I lost my counter opportunity. Ooh, you comboed with yourself. That's okay. I'm good for this. Got the hit. Got the hit. Mission complete. Now for Cold Call. The one, the only. Not sure how this will go.
Activating combat mode.
Hello, buddy. Would you like a stab? I need to stop my habit of charge blading, charge daggering against an aerial opponent, because they will not get hit by it because they will fall down slightly due to gravity. It does not actually benefit me. Try it. Ow.
AP at 50%.
Will you stop being so good at dodging me, please? I want to hit you with my bullets.
30%.
I knew he had it, but I did not have the chip damage to shield up in consequence. Darn it. Why am I back here? The fight's not over. Get back in there. I think I accidentally quit just out of habit of usually I win these fights.
Arena
Bring it.
combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
Just shoot like a level 1 shard randomly and see if it hits something. Nope. Wait, no, I think it did hit a little bit.
AP at 50%.
There we go! I suppose I do have to treat the cursive like a pile bunker. If you can cheese a situation where you get that full charge hit in, that's basically a free stagger, and then you can hit him with the knife. That means just sort of bonking them into a corner where they can't dodge.
Arena
At least in that fight it did.
Main system activating combat mode.
Meanwhile here, we've got plenty of buildings, and we should probably use those to my advantage. Where you at, Rusty? There you at, Rusty. And that is exactly what you want. That was a weird interaction. Dagger down. Dagger's not going down.
AP at 30%.
Laser drone? Thank you, laser drone. I'm for Milktooth. Eccentric and weird,
Main
Milktooth
system
to be
activating
feared.
combat mode.
Flamethrower in hand, assembly unplanned. Hit with a knife, the bringer of strife. We're no longer fighting Milktooth, we can stop rhyming. In case you were wondering. So like very specifically in the Mind Beta versus Milktooth matchup, it is recommended to rhyme. I suppose that makes sense. I like this little dance we're doing. I have a shield too. That devolved into a complete mess. I don't know what happened, but I survived. Snail. Archivist time. I don't think Snail is actually Archivist. I don't even think he's the Vespers. So that raises the question, who is the Archivist? Like, we never really get to hear from the people at command of the Vespers. We hear a little bit about the people at command of the Red Guns because they can count numbers. We know that much. Boom. Oh! Got the cool backstab. The Matador from Team Fortress 2. Uh-oh. I think we were both a little stunned there. Wonder if you can translate many of the trick stabs from Team Fortress 2 into knife moves with the knife in this game.
Arena.
Like there, we did a Matador when they rushed me with the Jet Lance and I dodged it and hit him with the charge knife behind. I think if we had like a piece of geometry that I could knife around, that could be a corner stab. What would a stair stab be? Hold the line. I did not hold the line. I wanted the charge shot so bad that I forgot to win.
Main system activating combat mode.
Having a charged weapon is tough because you have to deal with hubris. I'll talk to you about the issues of charged weapon hubris in weapon school. I dodged the worst of it, so that's fine. Look at this uppercut. Good stuff. Okay, chartreuse down. Time for Dolmayan.
Arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
Ooh, I got the stagger, but not the opportunity. Blaze drone, and trust to you.
AP at 30%.
Thank you. I wonder. I suddenly have this weird desire to pick a Basho AC. I don't really have one.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation program.
Main system activating combat mode.
But I think well armored without being too heavy. Arms are really good for melee. Maybe there's something there. Come on, a little more drone, you can do it.
50%. AP at 30%.
A little more drone. That's it. That's it. We got the funny cursive hit. Nice explosion. Done. Michigan time.
Arena combat after.
Main system activating combat mode.
Boom! Not the hit. Sheesh. Nice.
final arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
Alright, we gotta make sure we're getting through this good because I'm a little worried about the schedule. So I do admit mine beta fights are a little slower than an equivalent fight from somewhere else. I'm winning. Kinda, sorta. Ow.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
That was too close. I was about to get hit with a finishing move and I had a shield. So we lived. We lived.
Integration program.
Main system activating combat mode.
Get your whip out of the way.
AP at 50%.
I am technologically superior. I've had more training data.
30%.
Where are we gonna drone fight? Countered. The tester and trainer. Time for the mirror.
Integration.
Main system activating combat mode.
Stab, stab, stab. I know what you're gonna do. I can counter you. There are certain ACs that feel very predictable, like more so than others. And mine beta is one of them. Probably because it has so many actually actionable items. It can only stab, or it can shoot, or it can charge the shot. So its openings are very telegraphed. I think it's a similar problem that UAU has. ZE has two weapons, and they're both very telegraphed. They're also the same weapon.
Integration program.
Main system activating combat
I think what makes
mode.
Z a lot more hilarious is if you could, is if Z in the proper, like, AC construction had the weapon bay. Z could just drop everything and try and punch you. Even that alone, I think, would make Z a lot more unpredictable and a little more scrappy as a RLF fighter. That I think would be a nice touch. In fact, give that to Dunham as well. He's got that empty slot for stuff. Just give him the ability to punch things.
AP at 50%.
Okay, that was Corporation. Time for Maconian. All is well.
Main system activating combat mode.
Sometimes it's as simple as just holding back, waiting for the stagger over time, and then hitting him with a knife 3 times. The Cursive's decent at just being a perpetual source of plasma damage, even if that's not really what it's designed for. It is a mode of operation you can use. It's not as efficient as the one gun that just shoots plasma all the time, but that's what you're getting for the versatility of being able to charge the dang thing to make the Master Spark. There's going to be a little bit of an opportunity cost. The lap. I like the fact that Mind Gamma kind of conceals the plot twist involved with Mind Gamma, insofar as it basically never uses its other gun, almost ever. To the point where you might not even notice that it has a third gun. It's almost all cursive and drone laser and shield. Oh, that's 2 for 2. Well, 2 of 2. You have no more shields left, is what I'm saying. Drone's got cool off. Surprised you didn't shoot the laser after that jump. I was expecting a laser shot. Five left. Okay, starting off with Institute.
Main system activating combat mode.
Institute might be tough, because I have energy weapons, and Institute is weirdly resistant to energy weapon technology, I think. If I recall the stats correctly, which I might not. Ow.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Not going well. Hey, Vega, this is not going well. You know what? Let's just restart. Hi, Vega.
Main system activating combat mode.
How you doing? I'm currently embroiled in a fight as Mind Beta against the Institute AC. It's not going that well. Institute is known for being a bit odd. I mean, that in particular was pretty odd. Take it away, drone. Thank you, drone. Through in the end, time for nightfall. Hopefully we're doing all the mines today.
Integration program.
That's sort of the plan.
Main system
And then maybe
activating
like
combat mode.
corporation in addition. Maybe Institute. It's kind of got that vibe of plasmatics, which is my term for the use of the plasma. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Main system activating combat mode.
I did not respect the pile bunker. I didn't respect it. Much better.
AP at 50%.
Done. Alright, let's just get that out of there. Pretend it didn't happen. Tortoise time.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Hello, friend. Oh, I dodged it using the knife. That was interesting. You know, if you think about it for about 3 seconds and no longer, you might think that Ortis is kind of like the non-energy variation of Mind Beta. You could think of it that way, maybe. Or even the Mind series of ACs in general, because you've got the Orbital, you've got the Mail... Actually, I'm going to say Mind Beta specifically. You've got like the gun you shoot and make stuff happen over time. You've got the Orbital, you've got the Melee. The only difference is that one has a shield and one has a Truno. But a Truno is a kind of a shield, in the same sense that one sword keeps another in the sheath. I saved it. I saved it so hard. No, it's fine. It's good. It's not my fault. You gotta be using these jank ACs that make no sense when you actually sit down and pilot them.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Ah, you missed. Ah, you hit me. Congratulations. Finally hit me with a bullet after several seconds of actual combat. Couldn't stagger me. I've got a shield. Kaboom! I missed. What happened is that I have a Karasawa, and this thing takes so much commitment to do anything that I can't do anything. That's what happened. I don't like the Karasawa. I don't like charged weapons in general, truly. It's like, I have to charge, hold up the weapon to wait for the proper time to use it. But if I'm doing that, I can't use the weapon to make the proper time to use it. Give me this thing. That's why I'm basically going back to Joyous Guard technology with the knife online beta. Mind Alpha was even worse because it was basically just Sula.
Main system activating combat mode.
I look forward to being done with Arena Royale. I can go back to Tidewater long term. Shields up, red alert. Darn it.
Main system activating.
It's a perfect storm of pain. I gotta use plasma for my basic damage and laser. Like, I can't stagger at all on my own schedule. Unless I actually use the Karasawa, but what if I miss? Then I'm doomed. Almost. Element-wise, this is like the worst possible matchup against Echo. Just give me my stagger, please, I need it! There we go. Yes, yes, yes! The things I desire, the things I seek. I think I could probably get a good cursive charge shot once air commits to something like that. That's how you do it. Great, I don't have to play as this one anymore. And we are barely keeping track with schedule. Let's go to Mind Gamma and just go straight to Tester and Trainer.
Integration program.
Main system.
Alright, how the heck do I use this thing?
Combat mode.
Well, it's basically Iguazu, yeah. Wow, wait, hold on, this stinks, actually. Wait, why have these gotten progressively worse? I hate this thing. Oh no. Forget the plan. I'm just gonna hit repeatedly. It stinks. Oh no, Matt. No wonder Iguazu's so grumpy. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I like my quality, standard, good,
Main system. Activating
consistent,
combat
perpetual damage over time weapon can't be used because I need to shield. So I just not shield? Is the shield a lie? Should I just never have a shield? At the very least, I can do the stagger build-up to Karasawa afterwards. It works now. What do you mean drop the shield? It's a shield. It provides barely any weight loss to the AC if I drop it. I guess I should be more reflex shielding with this one. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that's Tester and Trainer. Let's go to Rami. And I never actually updated the spreadsheet, so I will do that while they introduce me to the integration.
Welcome to the Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program. First subject AC, Mad Stomp. Call sign, Invincible Rummy.
Alright, spreadsheet's been updated. We are
Commencing
good.
evaluation.
Let us proceed.
Main system. Activating combat
That Stomp got the full and proper intro treatment. I've got some complaints about the FCS on this thing too. Okay. Well, we're done here. But wow, I was not expecting the mines to be such an awkward affair. It's not even like I feel like I'm underpowered. I feel like I'm just not there. All Might, how did you make these worse?
Arena
Though,
Combat-
let's be fair, All Might is actually not very good at building an AC. You look at Corporation and Rubiconian, those are a mess. Okay, I think I got it. This is very much about just saturation bullet fire, and I need to remember to use the laser drone. That will make things faster. But between the automatic gun, the cursive in plasma mode, and the laser drone, we can stagger relatively fast. But because I no longer have the knife, I need to make sure the cursive is ready to punish. That's the trick. So I like get it up to there, and then I hold back a bit and just wait for the stagger to finish. Like so! And then a kick for good measure. Then you can back up, shield's ready to go, you can block stuff as needed. Okay, suddenly it clicked and everything's fine. I have a strategy now. There's a game plan here. I've read the manual, the instruction booklet on how to drive Mind Gamma.
Arena combat app.
Main system activating combat mode.
Ooh, entry kick also works quite good. And then basically on the timing of that, the drone overheats, and I should probably just do that as part of my combo, just sort of let it cool off before it overheats. Because then I'm without the drone for a pretty solid period of time.
Main system activating combat mode.
See, like there, I let the orbital cool off, and now it's ready to go for round 2. I figured it out. And in contrast to the other mines, Mind Gamma is actually very, very evasive. I think it's the reverse joints. I think that does a lot for it.
Arena combat app.
Main system activating combat mode.
Ooh, good dodge, you. Unfortunately, that's all that was good. Thega, did you burst noise twice in a row and change the color of the same pixel on the grid? That's wild. That's like a 1 in 30 chance.
Arena combat aptitude.
Main system activating combat mode.
that was cool. Not like it was prizeless. There's a prize there. I really don't register my opponent sometimes.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation.
Like, the reason there that I realized I had fought Guidance instead of Li Long is that I vaguely remembered the electric baton being in play. And that's the only reason I remembered that I was fighting Guidance and not this one. Didn't need the full shot for the second one. For Freddy. Arena.
System activating combat mode.
Now this is someone I definitely want to use the shield against. Ooh. Shielded. Get back here. There we are. Exploded. Well, Thega, congratulations. You have once again activated the auto spam detection protocol for the second stream in a row. I will have to read that out loud for you. What you just said reminds me of the times where sometimes I'm sitting behind my computer playing some games and the 3D environment that I normally kind of get a feel into is just weirdly flat in that moment, and for some reason I lose the connection of what I actually do in the game. In such moments also you swear if this gets awesome. Oh, you predicted it.
Subject AC. Reconfig.
Don't worry, at the very least I learned how to cancel the timeout, so you're back in it now.
Commencing.
Main system activating combat mode.
Don't worry, there was a time when even I activated the auto mod accidentally. Like during Quint streams, and I just have like a wall of thing I want to say. But also, I understand the feeling. For me, it's just that, like, to a certain extent, these fights are happening subconsciously. I'm not really thinking about the fight. The fight's just sort of happening. It's just some sort of operation I'm performing. Because I'm not thinking about the fight. I'm thinking about the things I'm saying. I'm thinking about... I mean, I'm responding to the inputs, but I'm not really focusing on responding to the inputs.
Arena combat aptitude.
Main system activating combat mode.
Quint did indeed stream a lot more before I joined. Actually, I hesitate to say that being true. Quint streamed infrequently, but not never. But then I joined, and part of the value I offered by joining was that I would be the volume streamer in between Quint's individual events. Because Quint is very much an event streamer. Quint will stream for an event. Like whether it be one of the charities that he used to do in his incredibly wild idea series of charities, or for some particular challenge or specific idea. Quint streams when he has an idea for a stream, as opposed to me where I have ideas while I'm streaming. It's a very fundamentally different structure of how we choose to stream. But in addition, now that I am the main streamer and Quint doesn't need to stream, he's decided to lean a lot more into his filmmaking side of things. So, also, Quint has gotten, a job. So that made him incredibly busy. But combined with the job and his desire to focus a lot more on the filmmaking creative output instead of stream creative output, he's just not been around. If I had a solid quality good idea for a stream that he really supported and I could make time for, I could get him onto his stream. Last stream he was on was the Uno stream, and that was kind of just because it was really funny. Who the heck did I just fight? Was it Iguazu? Was it... I do not remember who I just fought. But also, internet television isn't designed to be one person, just... Yeah, Quint was indeed in the Halo stream, yes. Who did I just fight? Was it... It was either Hawkins or Iguazu. I just don't remember who. If I have to fight one of them again, it's okay. Okay, all right. We'll check the tapes. Actually, let's see how check the tapes I can check the tape while Rokumonsen gets introduced. I'm gonna go... Because sometimes you can get, the start of a stream as a recording of the stream instead of as the stream itself. Looking back at the footage, there's Candle Ring. Skipping a bit forward. That is Iguazu. I did fight Iguazu. Okay, excellent. Mystery solved. Stagger him. Laser drone. Mission accomplished. Okay, back to what I was saying. But also, internet television wasn't really designed to be one person just streams all the time. So I feel kind of bad that I am the only person who streams any amount. Really? It's why I've been pushing to have Acela move more stream stuff over to int side of things, but
Main system activating combat mode.
the main volume of that is gonna be when Acela isn't busy and isn't doing all the crazy debut stuff, and also when we finish Great Ace Attorney and we move the rest of the Ace Attorney games to internet television. But even then, that's a stream I'm a part of. So what I'm really looking forward to is when Acela starts doing the RPGs that Acela wanted to do. So I hope that happens eventually. Unfortunately, I, by virtue of not having a job, am the only one who is very openly available to do this. Also, I shouldn't say I don't have a job. This is my job. I should respect that, but sometimes I feel insecure about the fact that I don't have a quote-unquote traditional job.
50%.
I shouldn't think that way, though. I do what I do here for money. And fame and fan art. But I should be proud of what I do. I shouldn't think of it as any less real than any other particular thing. I mean, I would appreciate it if it actually broke even. I think I'm paying, like,
Arena combat aptitude.
internet and electricity bills for this.
Combat mode.
Just flat out, because crime is illegal, apparently. I don't know if I'm breaking even. I mean, not to imply that I wouldn't need internet and electricity if I wasn't streaming, but... not a well-paying job. If I had to add other needs into the mix, like food, I understand food is expensive, then we would have some major problems. Okay, by logical process of elimination, I just fought Volta? I don't think I could have just fought Pater. I might have just fought Pater, but I'm gonna just fight Pater again, just in case. The reason I don't think I just fought Pater is because I don't remember a terminal armor activating. Okay, so right now the money situation is actually very, very simple. Because the only money we gain so far is from the Twitch revenue. There is no other source of income right now. Which means that if you take the number of Twitch subscribers we have right now, multiply that by approximately 2.5, that is about the money per month we make in US dollars. Now, it's a bit skewed this time because I got a lot of one-time Twitch subscribers because of my anniversary stream and Acela going ham. But I would say that on average, my assumption just when I'm thinking about how much money are we making over time, I approximate it at about $10 per month. Which translating to euros for your convenience is like, I don't know, 5, 6 per month. I don't know. I remember the conversion of euro is like €1 is about $1 to $2. No, it's not. Pretty consistent though. Like you just wait a year, that's like $100. And, like, we're working on it. Yeah. I have the sense that, like, €1 is more valuable than $1.
System. Activating combat mode.
But that's as much as I'm confident about it. My assumption is that's, like, 1 to 2 or 1 to 1.5. But, you know, the economy is... in 10 years, it's $1,000! Yeah! And I'm, like... 40% of the way there. Actually, because our financial situation is so bare bones, I can actually list every single thing we've purchased with the money that we've aggregated together from internet television revenue. It's exactly one thing. There's exactly one thing we purchased And it's the Int TV in, Int TV out, and Int TV Snow trilogy of emotes. Like the I'm in, I'm out, and the static. We bought those. We bought those with official Int TV purchasing money as handled by Quint. That was our one purchase. It was like $100-ish. These weren't normal emotes. These were emotes made by a professional master emote maker, which is why they look so good. And technically, we only bought 2 of them. We got Snow for free. It was just an added-on bonus because it was an easy modification, and there was some technical jank that made it take longer. So they were like, "I'm sorry, have a 3rd one," which was great. I don't regret the purchase, but it was a lot to spend. It was basically all the money we had made up to the point when we bought it. But now we have restored our pool of money, $10 over several months, and we can now maybe purchase a brand new thing if we ever actually decide on what to buy. This kind of has to be like a group decision. I guess there's also like the donation money on the Ko-fi thing, which doesn't really count because we basically gave that all to Lark to pay for a car incident. I mean, that is technically income that we will file on our taxes once internet television is an official business, which should be happening eventually. Also, we don't technically need to wait till our business to do stuff. It just seems more official, more proper, less illegal to wait until there's like an actual company behind this.
Arena Combat Aptitude Evaluation Program.
I would also like it to go big. I'm doing my part. I'm streaming. I'm playing games. I'm trying to be entertaining. I don't think actually thinking about it that much has made us any more big or successful. I think it just stressed me out. So I mostly just try and be here, be available, be real, be seen. We'll all work on it. The website's getting cool technical improvements thanks to Lark doing cool technical improvement stuff. Acella's live 2D debut will probably put Acella on the map in terms of like big VTubers and stuff, so that's a good hope for the future. We've mulled about doing like some subscription thing independent from Twitch particularly to get like behind the scenes newslettery stuff. I think Rose wants to make a zine. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's zine because it's like magazine. Like you cut off that part and make it the entire word. Yeah, probably. Maybe not specifically Patreon. Some system.
Main system activating combat mode.
Don't know the details yet. Like, I'm very laissez-faire about it, but ironically, I'm also the person who has the most to gain from this because, like I said, $10 a month is not a lot. And we don't want to, like, lean into the financial part of it too hard, because then it'll just feel like we're kicking in the door and being like, hello, please give us money, which is not the vibe we want to go for. In truth, what we would like instead is to be, hello, we are entertaining, please like us. And then, if they like us, we'll give them, like, additional effort in particular material value that they can then purchase. We don't want to be transaction first, fan base second. Or at least I don't. And probably no one else does either. I'd appreciate that. But also, I feel weird accepting money, so... Don't worry, we'll get, like, a merchandise of some kind. We'll get an artist to draw a thing, put it in, like, an acrylic thing stand, and then sell it to you. I don't know what people want. There's barely people to know what they want. I guess once people are around, we can ask what they want, and then we can give them what they want for money.
Arena combat app.
Main system. Activating combat mode.
Oh, here's a fun fact that I probably mentioned before, but we'll mention again. The earlier, like, mock-up design for Excels, before it was basically our place from Reddit, was a lot more monetarily focused. Like, the basic idea was that there were 3x3 squares of those colors, and you could set them to whatever you want. But they were partitioned out in such a way that particular ones were based on who donated a particular amount. So, like, if you imagine Excels, but only 3x3, there would have been one for just general use. People would modify that all the time. There would be one that would require, like, a certain level of channel point redemptions, or, like, a certain number of bits. If you donated, like, 100 bits, you would be able to set the entire 3x3 square of, like, the third Excel square. And if you did, like, 1,000 bits, you would be able to set the, like, very top number 1 Excel square. The idea being that for big contributions, they would last a long time because somebody else would have to pay up that much to
Target destroyed.
overwrite it. And they would be persistent through every stream. They would not change. I would not draw a picture on them. They would just be there as a sort of graffitied mark of who modified the world. It was inspired by hit video game Inside a Star-Filled Sky, where in each level there are 2 tiles that have a 3x3 flag on them. One, simply you go over it, it's modified. It's the most recent person to touch that tile gets to set the flag. The other is the first person who ever made it to that level sets the flag. It's a permanent fixture. You go there, it's there forever. And so I kind of compromised by having a system that on one side is low financial input, high volatility, and on the other was high financial input, it'll stay there for a long time until someone's usurped. But that didn't pan out because, one, it's difficult to code a system to make a 3x3 grid modified by the code. Two, you can't have like channel redemptions that are the bits, so it was hard to sort of interface with Twitch. And three, there was no one around to care. Because we had like 0 viewers back then. Who was gonna buy that? Nobody was available. So it would just sit there blank empty forever. So I made Excels as you see it today instead.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation.
It was also really large back when I was thinking of having an actual stream overlay. It was too large and cumbersome, and it just seemed like it would take up a whole lot of space for something nobody would use. So the Excels doubling as the on-screen chat, I think, was a stroke of genius that made what we have now a lot more usable and a lot less invasive. I personally really hate covering up the game because I care more about the game than myself. Okay, Rusty is proving to be very difficult to hit. I have a lot of concepts that fall flat because there are no people. Like, I have so many things I want to do if I actually had people to do with it. I've wanted to do, like, Minecraft crowd control. I wanted to build, like, a Minecraft server with a bunch of people, except they have no means of communication. Language is banned, so they had to invent their own languages and communication methods. I want to do so many different things, but they all require people. And more importantly, people that care. Oh man, I've been holding on to Project Migdal for so long. Like, the moment I become famous, I have all these cool ideas that I can do with all these people. I do have one, and you were there on Spengineers, and that was cool and fun, and I appreciate it.
Arena combat aptitude.
Now we gotta get a second person.
Activating combat mode.
Then a third, and then a fourth, and when we go on, and soon we'll get 1 million people. The entire country will be there. Then the world. Anyway, I've been autopiloting these fights all the way to apparently Mad Stomp. I am very afraid that I have forgotten someone. But I think we're good. I think we're fine. Is there anyone with Mind Gamma I've already fought?
Arena combat
I should
aptitude
check.
evaluation program. Number 7.
No,
You
just
have
test a
reached
trainer,
rank A.
as usual.
Subject AC. Deep down. Call.
I'm not gonna brainwash them.
Activating combat mode.
I don't want to be evil. But like, once it becomes a corporation, I don't know how to stop it from being evil. Google put "don't be evil" in their bylaws, and they still became evil a little bit. I don't know if it was their bylaws or it was just their, like, mission statement. Somewhere in there is "don't be evil," and they violated it. I have to believe that we've maybe done like 1 or 2 fights twice. That's okay, though. Arena Royale Day is podcast day. I just talk.
Main system activating combat mode.
I think that's one of the skills that that makes me a pretty good streamer. I can just talk. I can just say words. But also, I'm pretty decent at talking about the game I'm playing. Like, I will evaluate, I will talk and explain my strategies, the thought process, the considerations I have for whatever situation I'm in, and that means that... Well, I don't know what that means in terms of entertainment value, but apparently people like it. It means that maybe with some streamers who just have dead air for 20 minutes, I try my hardest not to. And it works. Beam! Today is a day about self-confidence and feeling good about oneself. Arbitrarily. I've decided today is going to be about me being proud of my skills and abilities, because I don't do that a lot. I also think I'm reasonably good at video games. Like this one. I've probably lost a lot of my skills because I do not play as Tidewater all that much anymore.
Arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
I know. It's true. The whole privacy thing, as far as like the internet cultural shift, has been weird. Like a whole lot of stuff that companies just do now as a matter of course used to be considered spyware. Kind of makes it weird for a computer virus to exist in these circumstances, because like it's no longer the case of like a mischievous agent doing funnies in a world that's like the wild west of the digital landscape. It's now just the case of like a singular agent of mischief in a world ruled by the mafia. It's like, the mischief is honestly a welcome change for some people. Like, in the XP era of computer viruses, those would be considered just funny clowns. A reprieve from the pain. Honestly, me and my family are heroes now. Wild how that went.
Arena.
Main system activating combat mode.
We went from invasive species to cryptid to, like, welcome agent of just a little bit more variety in the world. Well, here I am. That's what I'm here for. I will say that, like, internet security protocols have gotten slightly better, but also people have gotten more lax with the phishing stuff. It's gonna be a real tough act to break the, you know, the analog access port of just calling someone and be like, hello, my name is Joseph Hackerman, I am the county password inspector. Never underestimate that.
Arena combat aptitude evaluation program number 3.
Vega, you might need a new laptop.
Main system activating combat
Or a
mode.
desktop. Those are useful. too early.
AP at 30%.
Arena
Darn.
combat aptitude about.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh, I spaced out that kick badly. And I'm being blown up by an explosive thrower. I can't complain getting blown up by an explosive thrower. I'm a big fan of the explosive thrower. And it makes extreme sense to me that it would be a good weapon because I think it's a good weapon.
AP at 30%.
Got the hit. I'm just gonna lose because I've been taking too many hits. Let's just get dodgy. Wait a minute, I have a shield. I forgot I have a shield. I just haven't been using it because I feel like it's not helping me, but I have a shield.
Final arena combat.
Main system activating combat mode.
What do you mean by that, Thega? I do not entirely understand that sentence. Boom.
Integration program.
Oh,
Initiating
okay.
phase 1.
I successfully parsed the sentence. Yes, the bubble shield.
Main system activating combat mode.
Can you really use it against your opponent? Because I don't think your bullets go through it, but your opponent's bullets do. So the only way I think you could use it against your opponent is by using the shield to invoke splash damage in midair.
AP at 50%. AP at 30%.
Your big brother Beta is through this door. Enter, Gamma. You're not as advanced as Beta is, but you do just fine. It's something like that.
Integration program. Initiating phase 2. Please begin by.
Main system activating combat mode.
Oh, is that really how that works? It's not based on friend or foe, it's based on in or out. I didn't realize. I thought it was just based on the person who put the shield there. Their bullets went through and yours didn't, but it's based on who's inside or not? Neat. I'm sorry, there you go. You know what? You don't need to support me. Just get a better computer. Save up the money, please. Check the spreadsheet just because I've been autopiloting a little too long. We are Gamma, Mind Alpha, Mind Beta, all those are done. There is no other obstructions in the way of conquest, so we shall conquest.
Main system activating combat mode.
Got the boom. I did get the boom.
Integration.
Having accessed my own memory on the events of Sonic Adventure, I realized that I got those quotes a little wrong. Like, I've mixed up a few quotes into the quotes that I made. But that's okay, the point is there, people got the reference. Well, I would like to still play Armored Core, but I am running out of things to do in it, aside from just beat other people. I would have hoped that, like, the mysterious DLC that nobody actually knows if it exists or not would have been announced or anything. I might just go back to rank stuff, get back to being better with Tidewater. Maybe go for some... maybe, like, face the fear that is S-rank stuff. I could do that. I also was thinking of maybe hosting... because you've seen Thega, the Rubicon Fight Club is basically derelict. Nothing's happening. Lubaloo's missing. I've been considering picking up the torch simply because no one else is there to, like, do that, host the lobby, or like maintain the ranking scorecard.
Integration.
I don't know how to do that. I'm afraid to ask, and I don't want to just like weirdly compete just because they're gone, but also there's a need. I gotta fill that need. Well, in that case, I was thinking of maybe playing Elden Ring, but like in a weird, like, I wanted to do like an archaeology run of Elden Ring where I didn't care so much about beating the game as I did about uncovering the lore for myself. I do think there were maybe some bad decisions that were made on the RFC administration. I'm not too confrontational to say it's people's fault, other than it's just, it happened. But if I had, like, the resources to put at it, I would love to, like, build the successor if needed. Because I love this game. It's a great game. It's like my favorite game of recent era. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot if I fought Rubiconian. Very specifically, I need to check that one.
Integration program.
Yeah, hear you all mine. That's not important right now. What's important is doing a sanity check on my ability to remember my past actions.
AC.
Let's see here. This is Mind Alpha. Scoot ahead a bit.
Commencing analysis.
This is Rubiconian. Okay. We have confirmed footage of me fighting Rubiconian.
Activating combat mode.
Now I just need to trust that I didn't autopilot and leave thinking I won when I didn't. Because like that Masters Arena thing that the RFC has, I think is genius. A way to make a small number of people feel way more impactful by nature of it being like a large slog to the top, conquering everyone in your way. Because you'll get rivalries, you'll get like a recurring opponent to face over and over again. I think that's really cool. And I want that back.
Target destroyed. Concluding analysis. Well done. Integrate.
Main system activating combat mode.
I think it can work for some. Alright, thank you. There's probably not much more. My only goal for today was to do all the mines. And I don't want to go overboard with my stream schedule like I have been in the past. But thank you for showing up. Have a good day. Man, that didn't even feel like I was fighting Nightfall. It felt like I was shooting an object.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
Raven.
Main system activating combat mode.
A nice, calm, relaxing conclusion to the Mind Saga.
Main system
Here.
activating combat mode.
Big conversations are over. I've gotten into the groove of how to play as Mind Gamma. I think I got tricked because it's such a different way than Mind Gamma the opponent plays. Whereas it almost always uses the shield. I never use the shield. Whereas it barely ever uses the gun. I feel like the gun is my main weapon here. And that's the ball game. Good stuff, quality stuff, exploding stuff, and just barely on schedule. Okay, let's do the numbers here. We just got through Alpha, Beta, and Gamma. There are, including Raven, Loader 4 Raven, 10. Wait. 10 remaining ACs. Tester Trainer, Rubiconian Corporation, Institute Nightfall, Ortis, Hal, Echo, and Loader 4. Going with 10, we could split it like 4, 3, 3. It's a little awkward. How about we do it like this? 433 as such. Rubiconian Corporation, Institute Nightfall, that's one block. Ortis, Hal, Echo, that's a trio. And then Tester Trainer Loader 4. Because then we get the integrations outliers. We get the 3 bosses. And then we get the 3 very weak, jank, weird, why are they here ones. I think that balances the equation quite good. Which chunk will I do next time? Who knows? But I am done here for today. Thanks for showing up. As I understand it, there is an AC6 tournament in a few hours. Not at the perfect time where I would have ended a stream and then go into that, like 2 weeks ago, but just one later today. As I understand the similar Genkumon different themed tournament a week, this one I believe is a super lightweight, under 60k weight AC tournament, which I have actually prepared something for if you'd like to see it. I've made a variation of Joyous Guard that is lightweight enough to do this. The exact same weaponry as the current iteration of Joyous Guard, except the frame and other things internal are lighter. This means that I could basically operate as if I'm fighting with Joyous Guard for the tournament and just have slightly less health. Which I think will work fine, except for all the people who are just gonna put like the plasma missiles and just be really far away. But maybe the lightweight frame means that Joyous Guard can actually go on the approach slightly better. It's also lightweight and low EN load enough that I can actually use the smallest of the Basho generators. Not Basho, sorry, Dafeng generators. Which means good regen. So I might participate in that. Either way, I'm gonna go proper now. Have a good time to be had by all. Hoi. exhausting today. I think it's just because I talked so much and talked about things that I care about. I'm Exception. This isn't TV. Have a good day and good night.